Today I'm going to share with you 7 things that will most definitely ruin your new tattoo. You want to make sure you're watching this video in its entirety because doing these things are not only going to affect the way the tattoo heals, but also the way it's going to look in the long run. And of course, if this is your first time here, my name's Mike. Welcome to EvolveINK. On this channel, we talk all about tattoos. So if you like tattoos or you plan on getting one, be sure to subscribe. I feel like I need to mention this one first because I see it so damn often, and that is going to a sucky tattoo artist. Not all tattoo artists are created equal. We all want the best tattoo that we could possibly get, but depending on the skill of that artist, that tattoo that you've been wanting that was supposed to look like this can turn out like this. This is why it is so important to just take your time. Don't rush the process. Do not go get that tattoo you want by the first artist you see. Do your research to find a quality artist that is not only professional, but has an art style that you, the client, absolutely loves. Doing this, you're gonna avoid ruining your tattoo altogether. You're gonna end up with a tattoo you love even more, and also you won't ever have to deal with that horrible feeling of tattoo regret, which unfortunately happens pretty often. Sheesh. Okay, so the second way that you could ruin your new tattoo is by keeping that sucker covered for too long. Like the wrap the tattoo artist uses to wrap that tattoo once you first get it done. This one kills me because I see so many people ruining their new tattoos due to false information. Keeping it wrapped up for too long is one of those things. Any professional tattoo artist will wrap that tattoo up as soon as it's done. It's considered an open wound, so you need to protect it, and depending on what the tattoo artist uses is different from artist to artist. Some will still use that old school saran wrap that you use to like wrap up like, you know, sandwiches, which I don't recommend putting that on your fresh new ink. What they should be using is a clear wrap, and once you get home, like as soon as you get home, you want to make sure you're removing that. Trust me, you do not want to leave it on. If you were to keep that wrap on there, all the blood and plasma is going to collect underneath that wrap, clogging your pores, and that's not good news. All that stuff collecting underneath of that wrap is gonna ruin that tattoo before the first day is even over. Okay, so this next thing that will ruin your new tattoo, this is probably like the worst one out of them all, and that is you not taking the tattoo healing process seriously. Most people get so worked up and worry about getting that tattoo or how the tattoo is going to feel that they forget about the most important part of getting a new tattoo, and that is the healing process. Trust me, if you don't take that tattoo healing process seriously, you're either gonna ruin that tattoo altogether or worse, get a tattoo infection. Not fun. So what do I mean by taking the healing process seriously? Well, what I'm saying is to make sure you're washing that tattoo 3 to 5 times a day with the correct products, and also moisturizing that skin daily to make sure the tattoo heals up perfectly. Depending on the size and location, a new tattoo could take 2 weeks to a month to fully heal up. So during that time, you really need to make sure you're keeping up with everything so that tattoo heals up nice and it looks awesome. Seriously, do not be one of those people that say,
"Oh, the tattoo is fine. I don't need to moisturize it or keep it clean or whatever. It's fine. You know what?"
But then next thing you know, they're on their way to the ER with a tattoo infection and a really crappy looking tattoo. Hate to say I told you, buddy, but told you so. All right. Sun exposure is a one-way ticket to a crappy looking tattoo. With that new tattoo, be aware of exposing it to any direct sunlight. And you really want to do this for the first couple of weeks. Keep it out of the sun and cover it with some loose fitting clothing. And when it comes to sunscreen, do not use it on a freshly healing tattoo. Some of the ingredients that are in the sunscreens are just not good because remember, that tattoo is considered an open wound and it can make the tattoo very irritated and just destroy the tattoo. You want to make sure you wait with using that sunscreen until the tattoo is fully healed up. But when that sucker is fully healed, make sure you're using that sunscreen pretty damn often. Like, get into the habit, if you're going outside, just apply a thin layer of that sunscreen because it will help with making your tattoos look vibrant, and also it will obviously help protecting it from the sun that will reduce fading and aging of that tattoo. Okay, this next way you could ruin your new tattoo, it might sound a little silly, but it's sleeping with that new tattoo. And this is a big one. Trying to get a good night's sleep with a brand new tattoo is one of the hardest things that you will probably ever accomplish. And it's even more difficult depending on the size and location of where you got that new tattoo at. You need to try to avoid laying directly on that tattoo or covering it up with any of your blankets. Doing those things will greatly increase your chances of getting that tattoo infected. Now, I don't care how clean you are, the bed is a perfect place for hidden germs. And you don't want those hidden germs anywhere near that open wound. And another thing, you don't want to be covering that new tattoo with the blanket because remember, it needs to breathe. So if you were to cover it with those sheets, it's not really going to help it breathe much. And on top of all of that, you don't want to lay directly on it. You risk that tattoo getting stuck to the bed or picking up any germs and dirt. So you really either need to make sure those sheets are super clean or simply put down a very brand new clean towel to lay on. This helps. Geez, I don't know. I feel like sleeping with a brand new tattoo is probably the most annoying thing about getting a tattoo. I don't know. Do you agree with me? Leave a comment below. Now, I said sleeping with a new tattoo is pretty annoying, but having that really itchy tattoo is definitely up there. The next way that you could ruin your new tattoo is by picking at it or scratching at it. When it comes to how bad the tattoo is going to be itching or peeling really depends on the person. Some are a hell of a lot worse than others. But whatever you do, during this stage of the healing process, do not pick or scratch at it at all. Please don't do it. This will simply just damage the color and lines in that new tattoo, ruining it. I made a full video on what to do when your tattoo is itching, but to avoid or just end the itching altogether, you need to make sure you're keeping it clean and also moisturizing it whenever it looks or feels dry. The drier it is, the itchier it will be. So just keep it moisturized. This helps a ton. And when it comes to cleaning that new tattoo, do not over clean it or just completely submerge it with water. Listen, making sure that new tattoo is clean goes without question, but over cleaning it too much will not only disturb the tattoo healing process, but also affect the way the ink settles into your skin. 3 to 5 times a day is what you want to aim for. And when it comes to submerging that tattoo underwater, don't do that. Our skin is like a sponge. You ever been in water for too long and your hands get all like pruny? Yeah, it's because our skin is absorbing that water. And this, when it comes to having a new tattoo, is not good. That water is gonna break down the ink in that tattoo, causing it to just heal up so light and just look all around crappy. I saw this one person before have a wrist tattoo, put it in a tub of water, and then just started scrubbing it while the tattoo is underneath the water. I was like, you want to make sure when you're cleaning it, you're not totally submerging it. Just make sure that there's enough water to soap it up and rinse it off. I made a playlist on how I perfectly heal all my tattoos, and you can check that out right here. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.